Hi, hello, welcome. So today I'm talking about procrastination and how it is ruining my life. So much so that I have procrastinated making a video about procrastination. So that's why I delved into the world of procrastination, trying to figure out how to help myself basically and just, figure out what this is, what's the problem, why am I doing this to myself, and, potentially how to actually fix it. So the theory that makes the most sense to me about procrastination is called the self-worth theory of motivation. And it basically says that we procrastinate because we put our self-value based on the things that we achieve. And we don't want to strive and do things because we have this fear of failure. And sometimes it's better not to try and give as little effort as possible into something than actually try, do your best, and still fail. So one of the examples that was given was the one about schoolwork. So you know that one person that you always ask them before a test, and you're like, hey, did you prepare? Like, how do you feel? Do you feel prepared? Like, how much did you study? And they always say, oh, I didn't study at all, or I just studied for 2 hours. I had no time. I put no effort into this. And then the results came in and they got an A, and then you're so pissed and you're like, oh my God, this bitch fucking lied to me. They straight up lied to my face. And I know how annoying it is because I have been that person. The reason that we undermine our work and we procrastinate and we put as little effort as possible, because then if we fail, we have this protection, this safety blanket. We can just say, I just didn't put enough time in. It's not me, it's the fact that I just I could do it, I just didn't. If I put a little bit more effort to it, then I could be a great student, right? So we often undermine our work that we do just so that we feel like there is still place for improvement. If we tried a little bit harder, if we didn't procrastinate, then, we would be able to do this, but if we just put all our effort in it, all our time, and just do everything that we can, and then we still don't get the results that we want, then it means that the problem is us. So that's where procrastination comes in. It's not that we don't want to do something, it's not that we don't care or that we are lazy. It just serves as a protection mechanism, as a safety mechanism that kind of protects us from our own mind, because if we think that we are not able to do something that we really want to do, or that we are not good at something that we really want to be good at, then our ego gets a huge hit from that, and we will self-destruct and we will not be able to deal with that. That's why our brain kind of creates this escape mechanism from ourselves. That's why our brain creates this sort of atmosphere where it can survive, and that's why we do things last minute and we avoid doing things even if we want to do them. We want to put the effort in, but something is stopping us. And that is our fear of failure. It all comes down to our fear of failure, because if you try really hard at something and you still fail, as compared to if you don't do that much effort and you still fail, you have someone to blame. You have a situation that you can blame to, you know that you are not the issue, that the issue is something else, but it's not you, so it doesn't affect our self-esteem that much. So now that I know where all of this is coming from, how do I stop it? How do I stop all of this now that I know what is causing it, that it's my fear of failure, and that it's the fact that my self-esteem can't handle it if I fail and I tried really hard. How do we still give our best to everything, even if that means that we are still gonna fail, even if that means that our ego is gonna get hurt? how do we convince ourselves that it's not that scary of a situation, so that we don't have to avoid it till last minute, so that we don't have to give excuses to ourselves. So what I figured out that works the best for me, the more self-reflection that you do, you realize how many of your decisions are based on fear. And this is just one of them. And eliminating fear from your life is not an easy thing, because fear is useful. Fear is used in evolution. We are supposed to be afraid of things that can hurt us, because it protects us, it serves us. But at some point, it became something that is no longer protecting us, but is the thing that is hurting us. So the first step, of course, in every problem is just being honest and saying that this is something that you have. Like, I have a fear of failure. I do this because I'm afraid. Just basically saying the words out loud, admitting to yourself and others. Next time that I have an exam, when someone asks me, hey, how much did you study? I'm gonna be honest, and I'm just gonna say exactly how it is. I'm gonna be like, I tried my best. So except for eliminating fear, another mechanism that I have been trying is called identity shift. Basically, where you no longer identify yourself as someone who procrastinates. Because, like I said, at the beginning of this video, I identify myself as someone who procrastinates. I think that I'm a person who procrastinates, and because I think that, I do it, and then because I do it, I think it, and it's just like this, vicious circle of that like cannot stop. So, another good thing that you can do is just don't say that you procrastinate anymore, kind of like shift your identity. I've been trying this, I am no longer a person who procrastinates, I'm a person who gives their best at everything, who tries their best, who does everything without fear and like tries to do something even if they're afraid, someone who gets things done right away. And this again doesn't happen overnight, but you kind of have to change your identity, because if you constantly say to yourself and to others, hey, I'm a procrastinator, I procrastinate things, it's just a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you say that you are something, you are gonna be that thing. So, if you can't change what you are doing, maybe you can change why you identify as that thing first. So when the next thing comes along and I have this deadline, then I'm gonna be, hey, I have to do this right now because I don't procrastinate. I am not a person who procrastinates. This is not me. I'm a person who does things right away. So the goal is to wake up every day and not have to think about all of these things, to kind of naturally be a person who does not procrastinate. And just like with everything that's based on fear, we have to work on our confidence and our self-esteem in every area. So thank you for listening to me. I have other videos. If you want, you can go and check them out. You can like, you can subscribe. You can basically do whatever you want to do, and I will see you in my next video. Okay, bye.
Just think about it right now. Everything's okay. No matter where you find yourself, no matter what kind of stuff is going on in your life, underneath it all, everything